Shout out to everybody. All right, it's gonna be a Queen's Day. Let's go. Oh, let's talk about it. By the way, first and foremost, right? Make sure y'all pledge to that Bloodworld. It's out now. Listen, it's an innovative project, man. You know what it is. Support that shit because real talk, you know, if innovative shit is out and you're not supporting it, it's kind of like you're just saying basically that you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important. That's all I'm saying, right? If it's something that, you know, you're into, right? Like I said, I know not everybody's really into like an animation or whatever. That makes sense. But still, you know, try to see if you can support it. Anyway, shout out to everybody that has already. I know some of y'all, Daniel, my man, Joshua, there's a whole bunch of people. Shout out to you. I really appreciate it. Ronnie, I think it was Ronnie. So I really appreciate all the love. And like a lot of people are actually coming up to me and be like, yo, that shit, that Bloodworld shit is some crazy shit, man. It's unique. Yeah, you know what it is. I told you, right? If I'm going in on these rappers, what, you think I'm gonna come out with some weak shit? Why would I do that? That would be me being a complete hater, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater, man. I'm a lover, okay? Anyway, Thun and Kicko. Actually, let me go into the actual record, man. Oof. Yeah, Realness II. We gotta revisit the first Realness a little bit, okay? Allow me to do that. Because the shit was a good album, for sure. I wouldn't say it's classic, just a very good album, you know what I mean? A lot of very good rap albums in rap, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, you said, yo, bug crook, sleep beef. What? No, pass the heat. Pass the heat, man. Let's go. Let's go. Queens, what up? Fame, what up? So, I wanted to play that real quick because I was trying to say how, like, obviously, the real quick review on the shit is that to me, this is nowhere, the Realness 2 is nowhere close to the first one, unfortunately. I mean, you're missing Thun and Kicko, but really, you're missing songs like this, okay? This is my favorite record. Oh my God, this is like, shit, man, fucking changing me. This is the joint, to me, on Realness. This is like my heart right here, you know what I mean? Let me reminisce, y'all. I'm about to take your mind on a trip. Cause every time I write, I keep the realness. Facts. That change. That's the era of the crack game. Damn. Four green. Speaking of four green. Classic nighttime outfit. Delta forces. My first dates for power. Hundreds of dollars. Big bags of dollars. Like graffiti. Rich look real easy. Remember, man. He's a nigga back. This was the joint, man. Glory days. Let me put that instrument on because J Supreme really. Shout out to J Supreme. He really killed that. This to me was the real big thing that I felt was missing in the second Realness, right? The beats. Obviously, I've told you, right? I really go in for the beats, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, okay, how dope are these beats? There wasn't really any crazy beat on here. There were some beats that are better than others. I would say that right off the top, the tracks that I did like and I thought were like least listenable. I'm gonna look at it. What's Understood. Sha Money XL really, you know, I think he was kind of the strongest producer on this album. You know, he had a couple of joints, but I thought his joints were kind of the strongest, right? What's Understood, White Roses with the Wu-Tang and Biggie sort of mentions and stuff like that. And then Large Pro is always pretty good for a decent beat. I didn't think this beat was crazy, but Life in Rhymes was good. And then of course, Harry Fraud. You know, a guy I really like, you know, he came through in the last track, Man vs. Myth. A little too short. Not the craziest Harry Fraud beat you've ever heard, but it was okay. You know, so there's some songs. I would say to me those were the strongest songs, right? But again, they weren't really upbeat. They weren't really like hard knocking, you know, that energy. You know what I'm saying? Even something like this, Glory Days. You see, see how like clack, clack, and this is a laid back record. You know what I'm saying? That is still slapping you, right? Where's that grit? You know what I'm saying? And to me, this is why when people talk about old rappers, it's not so much that we want you to talk about, you know, still selling crack, cracking your ass crack and all that shit. Like, it's not that I don't necessarily want to hear that shit over and over again, especially, you know, if you're a certain age. You know what I'm saying? I think you outgrow that shit. But to me, it's more of like, yo, where are the beats, man? Like, like I still want to hear that raw. You know what I'm saying? And so, long story short, I was really disappointed in that, man. Honestly, I think the beats were definitely not it. The rhymes were okay, they were cool, but they were a little bit kind of generic. You know what I mean? Like, they were just like peace and positivity, Cormega, which is fine, but it's more mega philosophy type of vibe with me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that album, so I kind of thought this was like a mega philosophy thing. Long story short, I can't say I was crazy about it, but I didn't think it was a horrible listen. Okay, so let me know what you think. I think definitely it could have been stronger, but it wasn't trash. Okay, it was decent. It was okay. It was just like a couple of songs I might go back to once in a while, but not something I would listen to a lot. You know, like the first one just had much stronger beats, man, much stronger songs, just more energy. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I'm missing from Mega. But you know, shout out to Cormega, man.